Nigga, I'm tired of fucking getting introduced in a video and we getting smacked up. This the second time.
Juwan next to Don.
Except my Steve.
And we back with a recap, round 2. Letting y'all know how the games went.
Yep, let's get it, man.
First things first, as always, appreciate all the support, all the comments, everything we getting from y'all, bro. We definitely appreciate that.
Absolutely, man. Definitely, bro.
It's your game. You can start it off, bro.
All right, man. First game was on Thursday, the 25th of March, and it featured my boys, the Blues, the Carlton boys, versus the Collingwood Magpies, and we lost by 21 points. Much to my dismay, it's a rivalry game. I really expected us to come out there with more of an effort. I did like a little bit that I seen. Zach Fisher did a little okie doke with the, you know what I'm saying? Juke burn real quick. The dummy. You know what I'm saying? But I still just haven't seen what I'm expecting, what I've learned to expect. I think we have good players, you know what I'm saying? We just can't seem to gel and don't have any cohesion. And ultimately didn't put up a good enough effort against a rival team.
It was a decent game. I feel like I said that about all the games. Carlton did have that potential goal of the week from Michael Gibbons, yeah.
He had 2 nice goals, actually.
This game wasn't really that impressive.
It wasn't.
I had 3 games that really stood out to me this week, and this was not one of them.
Collingwood showed me, as far as my takeaway from this game, I feel like Collingwood is on a different level than us. And Carlton fans don't get mad because I'm a fan, but I mean, from what I've seen the last 2 games, we're on the lower tier. So next.
So next we got the Geelong and Brisbane game, and this was a really good game.
It was a good game.
Fiery game at that. Geelong looked real dominant the first half of the game. Then Brisbane kind of came back. You know what, bro? Bro, I'm not even going to call these boys Brisbane no more until they win a game, bro. Until they team show up. Until I see something from Lachie Neal. Until Charlie Cameron do something. It was a close game. But until these boys win, they Fitzroy.
As far as this game went, like you said, I seen Geelong was dominant early. And Brisbane didn't really bring it in early. Like, I'm still wondering where Lachie Neal's at. I'm still wondering. I haven't seen much. I seen him getting bullied a little bit. I seen him getting pushed around. And what I have learned is that they're pretty much doing something called tagging. And where they're apparently, like, denying the ball from him and trying to X him out the equation and make him a non-factor in the game. And it seems like this season they've been doing a good job. So Brisbane's 0-2 now. Going into week 3. If they end up 0-3, my standing's gonna look messed up. My ladder, they're not what I thought they were either.
Somebody who is surprising me, bro. The next game, Sydney and Adelaide. Sydney really showed up this game. Buddy Franklin came back, and I can tell Buddy Franklin is a dominant player. I can tell by how much Adelaide tried to keep the ball away from him, and just his presence on the field was definitely felt more than a lot of these other players that I've heard were top 3 players.
Lachie Neal.
Buddy actually showed me when he came back that he was on that higher tier, higher level of player. And
yeah,
this was definitely one of the good games to watch. Just to see Buddy come back. But yeah, the Crows got smacked, so it wasn't all that, you know.
Yeah, it was a good game, and Buddy did his thing. Buddy had at least 3 goals, right? Well, I know he had at least 3, and that's coming off injury, so that's saying something. And not to mention, you still had the young players still doing their thing. Logan McDonald, Eric Golden, still doing their thing. So, you know, Buddy's coming back, and it's not taking anything away from the moment. It's not taking away from the momentum that Sydney has. As far as the Crows go, they had Tex Walker. Tex Walker's playing pretty good, man. If you don't know Tex, I believe he's the leading goal kicker right now in the AFL. He's just, you can see him, man. He's there. He's getting the marks, and he's in position, and he's the one getting the goals for the team. That's the only person, for the most part, besides McAdams, that is really relevant for the Crows.
Yeah, I would definitely say Tex Walker is the only player that stands out to me. I feel like if Tex goes down, there's no way the Crows win another game this season. Up next, we got Port Adelaide and Essendon. 119-65, 54-point spread, and this was just
smashing.
Port Adelaide finished with class.
Finish with class.
Yeah, it was just a blowout from start to finish. Like, this was such a blowout. It wasn't even an exciting game to watch.
What I was seeing from the game, so last week, Essendon versus Hawthorn, I thought it was a pretty decent game. I kind of thought more of Essendon, and then I seen them play a top-tier team, and they ran into Port Adelaide, and you see what happened, 54 points. So it's like, okay, all right, I'm starting to see the tiers as to where people stand. Because I thought Essendon was pretty good, but now I'm not high on them at all. I can see them really not winning many games at all this season. Just the way they played, they just ran into a wall in this week. That's crazy how my confidence in them just dwindled just off this one game. It's crazy.
And I don't even want to put Essendon down too bad for this game. I just think Port Adelaide is just on such a high tier. I had them at number 5 on my ladder prediction, but after seeing these first 2 games from them, even though they did play bad teams, or lower tier teams, if you will, I still think that Port Adelaide is a top tier team for sure. And we play them next week, so we're about to see how good they really are.
Okay, so the next game was Melbourne and St Kilda Saints, and that resulted in 18-point matchup, 18-point win from Melbourne. 91-73. It was a pretty good game. This is one of the more memorable games for some reason. I think Melbourne proved a point. I kind of was wondering where they were at. I kind of figured they were in the middle tier somewhere. I can see, like I said, I think last week, if you remember, I said that they moved the ball pretty well, but that was about all they did. They proved it again. They have some players like Pickett, Kazi Pickett, player that stood out immediately. Like, very nice player, young player, 19 years old. Max Garn, you know who he is. He's just towering over everybody. And they dominated 3 quarters out of 4 quarters of the game. So that was a pretty convincing win. It doesn't really show me much of where St Kilda is yet, but I'm still trying to gauge where they're at.
For me, yeah, it was definitely a standout game for Melbourne. Jack Vinny is a player that really stood out to me. He showed a lot of hustle at the beginning of the game. And Pickett, Kazi Pickett also was a big player. I think going forward, he's definitely one of the players I'm going to watch their career as they go on. He's 19 right now, so I think he has a good career ahead of him.
Bright future.
As far as St Kilda, this was actually a decent game. So they went back and forth. It's just the second half, St Kilda just completely fell off. It seemed like they just ran out of gas and they couldn't keep up with Melbourne after the second half.
Yeah, they had a great second quarter, but that was it. Jack Steele was pretty nice.
So next we got Gold Coast Suns and the North Melbourne Kangaroos. And I'm gonna keep it real.
It just sounded French.
I'm gonna keep it real, bro. I was not excited for this game
at all. Them boys had 5 goals, bro. Look, they had 5. I could have had 5 goals, man.
And we beat the Suns last week, and I feel like we played bad last week, and we beat the Suns. And for the Suns to just come in and smack the rules like that, I wasn't excited for this game. I can't even tell you too much about this game. It was like trash playing more trash, like bigger trash.
I wouldn't say I wasn't so excited because remember last week we were saying, okay, we thought North proved a little something at least because they played Port, they got smacked, but we felt like they played decent. And now I was like, okay, Gold Coast, let's see where North is. And you showed me where you're at, man. You scoring 39 points, 5 goals, man. It's like, man, Gold Coast ain't even like that. Well, let me stop talking. Carlton has them for week 4. I'm going to stop talking. But, I mean, you're getting smacked by 50 points by a team that's not supposed to make finals. It just shows where you're at, man. North's not. Sorry, North fans, but y'all aren't really there yet at all.
Next, we have Hawthorn Hawks versus Richmond Tigers. And this was like another blowout. Both Port and Richmond have been showing me that they are on a different level than a lot of teams. Being able to play a full 4 quarters of footy. And it shows that other teams just can't stay consistent. They can't keep up. You'll have teams play a good quarter or so.
Yep.
Like CJ, he went off, but they just can't bring it for a full game against a top tier team. And yeah, this was another good game, but it wasn't exciting because Richmond did what Richmond does.
So this game is kind of like similar to what I was just talking about with the Essendon game. Hawthorn and Essendon they played a pretty good game. I thought Hawks played pretty good last week, and they come in this week. Oh, granted, I think Will Day might have got hurt this game, so I think he required surgery, actually. I mean, he's one of the promising young defenders. But you just didn't... Richmond showed, Richmond only scored 78. So, they're way more capable of that. They scored more against us, and I would like to think we're better than Hawthorn. Now, hopefully this don't bite me in the ass going forward. Hopefully it does not bite me in the ass going forward. But I think we're better than them. I think we put up a better fight against Richmond. But either Richmond wasn't playing that serious or they just had a bad game and still blew them out by 29. So I'm starting to put Hawks a little down there too. I didn't have them too high on my ladder, but it's proven that they're not proving me wrong at all, at least.
Next, we have Western Bulldogs versus my boys, the West Coast Eagles. And even not being a fan of the West Coast Eagles, this was one of the best games of the week for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm
not a fan.
Definitely a back and forth game the whole time, but as a West Coast fan, well, Liam Ryan, that nigga turned up this game. We had a lot of players turn. We had a definitely a lot more of an exciting game. This is what I expected. This is what I wanted to see last week. Even though we didn't win this game, we played hard this game. Nick Nack had 40 hitouts this game. Flying Ryan was in the air. Tim Kelly was doing work. Tim Kelly was everywhere. Josh Kennedy wasn't missing. This was a really nice game. We dropped it in the fourth quarter. We didn't play the full 4 quarters of footy. That fourth quarter, they kind of came back on us. I even think we had the lead going into the fourth quarter, and they came back there. I just want to say one thing, Bailey Smith, fuck you. Don't you ever step over my nigga again, or you gonna have to see me, bro.
Oh my god. Yeah, I agree. I'd probably say, was it the best game? It was definitely top 2 best game of the week. Marcus Bontempelli showed me who he was this game. I think West Coast played pretty good as well. Petrarca's pretty solid. I learned that from this game. Bailey Fritsch, he's a pretty good player as far as catching marks. He's a young player. He has to work on shooting, though. He's missed a lot of goals, but he's pretty solid. Tim English, very good player, I noticed. Western showed me they're a force to be reckoned with this season. I can see them being top 5. I had them a little lower than that in my ladder predictions, but I can see them being better than that. They showed me why people say the midfield is the best in the league. They proved something to me. 14 goals, 16 behinds. That's showing me something.
That's another thing, bro. We lost this game because of behinds, bro. Like, this was such a hard loss. But Liam Ryan did have, I think, the goal of the round with the dummy. And you know what I'm saying?
Gibbons.
No, I'm gonna have to give it to Flying Ryan on that one. But next,
yo boys.
Next we got Freo and the Giants. And this, go ahead, bro.
Okay, so in this game, I didn't have either team high. I think Giants played St Kilda last week. They lost. I didn't really expect them to get beat the way that they did. Who Freo played last week? Melbourne, and they got beat. They got beat, right? Yeah, pretty handily. Mm-hmm. So those 2 teams on one came in, and Freo came out with a 31-point lead, 87-56. Giants, I feel like, are a disappointment at this point. I thought they would be pretty good. I thought they would not pretty good, but I thought they would be decent. But Toby Green and Stephen Cornelio, I thought 2 names like that, you would be better than you are, but y'all aren't that good. I think Brayshaw showed his ass this game. I learned why he's a good player and why he's respected in the league. Freo looked good, and I hate saying that because we got him next week. We have Carlton has Freo next week, and we are desperate for a win. Absolutely. What you got, man? You talking about the Matt Fife and all that?
Yeah, I mean, now Fife did get hit pretty hard that game, which is unfortunate. I ain't gonna wish injury on nobody, bro, but
Yeah, that shit look like it hurt, bro.
I mean, that's more advantage to you because y'all play them next weekend. Looks like you're gonna be sitting out.
I just hate to hear it, man. It's just that shit look crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That boy got hit like his.
And they fight. He don't look like the one who usually get knocked out,
Yeah,
but he
no.
definitely got put on his ass and that shit.
Dude threw an elbow in there.
But yeah, I don't know what happened with the Giants. Like the Giants definitely should have won this one. Frio should never win to any team, in my opinion.
Look, 21 behinds too, bro. And they, wow. Giants, I can't believe that, bro.
Man, Giant, I feel like this is more of a Giants loss than a Frio win. But it is what it is. But that was all the games. Round one.
Show me your hoodie real quick. Boy, Adelaide Crows fan, you see that?
Boy, this is Germany.
Adelaide Crows, my boy. Tex Walker, yes, Lord.
No sir, man. Goddamn, only the yellow matters, bro. If I had some blue on, that would count too.
Nah, bro.
But that's the end of this. That's the end of round two recap.
Should do the dudes, man.
My face. Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and please subscribe, bro. We haven't been saying it, but it really matters. We trying to make it out there. We trying to make it out there next year. As long as COVID isn't still around, that's the plan.
Yeah, definitely trying to make it out there. Interact with the fans. Not even calling y'all fans, man. Just interact with the Aussie homies. I feel like we're on the same level as y'all. We're just people making videos, man. We're trying to learn the game from y'all. As long as y'all are open to answering questions, and you don't feel like we're annoying, you know what I'm saying? We'll go out there, ask as many questions, and pick up the game as quick as possible, man.
Yeah, we definitely like talking to everybody that's commenting and talking to us. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk to many Australians.
No, I don't either.
And this has opened up a lot for us, so we definitely appreciate anybody that just reaches out to us. So
yeah, definitely appreciate that. And
so,
that might be it, man, ain't it?
yeah, until next time.
Until next time. Yes,